Ooh, it's the weekend. The weekend is finally here. I'm excited about it. You know why? 'Cause I don't have to go to work today. How about you? You have to go to work today? Hope not. I hope not. I really do. Let's see here. The weekend's finally here. Mm. Running a little slow this morning. That doesn't usually happen to me. I'm a little discombobulated. I was looking for my glasses. I had them right there, right there. And I was looking for them for, just like 10 minutes. That's all. I was looking for the glasses on top of my head for 10 minutes. Good morning, Sapphire. Good morning, Carrie. Lone Wolf. What else we got in here? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a good morning. A couple days off here. That was nice. Welcome to Saturday. It's morning in America. Thank goodness the weekend is here. So I'm going to start off real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for coming out here. Some Valentine's Day. Hope you all have a good Valentine's Day. And for those of you who don't like Valentine's Day, boo Valentine's Day. Whatever it is you want me to be, I'll be it. AOC. We got to start with this because I think it's just the face of the possible face of the Democrat Party. The possible frontrunner for a 2028 Democrat national presidential nomination. She appears to have self-destructed a little bit as she proudly represents America in Germany.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
You know, I think that this is such a, I think that this is a, this is, of course, a very longstanding policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point. And we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Yeah, please don't ask me that again. I don't know the answer. I don't know anything about it. Please don't ask me that question again. Like, did you see that?
I think that
this
is such a, I think that this is a, this is, of course, a very longstanding.
Oh my goodness! Proudly representing the United States of America, America's new sweetheart. Amazing, just amazing. Another quick example of her genius, real quick here, and then we'll have to move on. But just wanted to bring this.
I think what we identify is that in a rules-based order, hypocrisy is vulnerability. And so I think what we are seeking is a return to a rules-based order that eliminates the hypocrisies around when too often in the West we look the other way for inconvenient populations to act out these paradoxes. I think what we identify is that
What? She's speaking politician, guys. She's getting better at it. How are these people in charge? How's that work? I don't think it really does, but how are these people in charge? She has gotten better at speaking quote unquote politician, but she isn't smart enough to do it on a level of, say, a young Joe Biden or possibly an Adam Schiff of today. She doesn't have those the skills to do it. They don't teach you that in bartending school. And I don't mean to disparage that she was a bartender. I think we need many more regular Americans in office than we have now. I think that's really the pathway to saving America, is to have real Americans there and actually communicate with each other. Communicate, not argue and disagree and fight. Communicate. Politicians speak politician. They've been doing it forever. It reminded me of this little clip that I saw like a while back, but from Cheers. It's an old show that some of us old people, just old out of touch people like me, like Gen Xers, we might have forgotten, but we used to call this show Cheers.
Go trying to get our votes.
Oh, yeah, he bought me a beer.
Did you vote for him?
He bought me a beer.
Something has to be done, and the time is now.
There he goes, stuffing a bunch of meaningless platitudes.
Right.
Sure enough, the people are lapping it up like milk. Oh, the mentality of the voter in this country fascinates me.
Amen.
Someday I ought to do a paper about it.
What's your problem with Fogarty? He's not a bad guy.
Oh. All right, Sam, why don't you ask him a question? I'll bet you $10 all he gives you is some meaningless politician's rhetoric.
Yeah, all right. Come on, you're on.
Yep.
Excuse me, Mr. Fogarty, sir. Can I speak to you for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Sam Malone. I'm the owner of the bar. Got a question for you. I'm a small businessman, and I was just wondering, when is this economy going to turn around?
I'm glad you asked that. I say now is the time to roll up our shirt sleeves and get to the bottom of this. The only way we're going to defeat this thing is if we all do it together.
I think you owe me $10.
Hi, Kevin Fogarty, City Council.
That's what it is.
Kevin Fogarty, City Council. I hope I have your vote on election day.
And why exactly should I vote for you, Mr. Fogarty?
Well, because I'm a hard worker.
Hard worker.
I take a stand.
On what exactly?
The issues of the day.
Which are?
The things that concern you and your family the most.
I think you're making an ass out of yourself.
That's it right there. And then the liberals like, I think you're making an ass out of yourself. Because they're totally fooled by all that stuff. They think he just said a bunch of things and he said absolutely nothing.
I am not. I simply want the councilman to say one concrete thing.
Yes, I understand. You don't trust me. A lot of people don't trust politicians. I know how it is. I have been out there.
What does that have to do
May
with...
I finish, please? Maybe we need someone to blame. Maybe if we pick some faceless person at City Hall to be responsible for all our problems, then we won't have to accept any responsibility at all. Well, people, I say now is the time to start looking in the mirror.
Yes.
Because if this thing is going to work, we are all going to have to make it work.
Yes. Say
The way a
something
bunch of people
patriotic.
made something work at Lexington and Concord. You may remember it. It's called America.
But he didn't say anything!
Right? He didn't say anything.
Thank you, people, for proving my point. The voters of Boston are sheep.
Well, I thought that was just a Hanover thing.
It's supposed to be comedy, but it's so true. That's exactly the situation that we're all kind of in, really. Politicians speak politician and people can't see through it anymore. Oh, the truth from an 80s sitcom. It's amazing. It's amazing where you can get that that level of intelligence from. So the SAVE Act is in the news all over the place. The SAVE Act, the act that's going to steal women's voting rights away from them. If there's any women in here that are concerned about your voting rights, please let me know. I'd like to see what your concerns are. I know it's Jim Crow 2.0. I know. First, the angle was racism. That didn't work, though, because 78% of Black Americans approve of voter ID laws. So first it was that Black Americans were dumb and incapable of getting an ID. Then when it proved to be that they were too smart to believe the Democrat narratives, they switched it up. And now women are dumb. A guy named Ari Horowitz put this video out a couple of years back, and it's still so true. It's so true. It really paints a good picture.
Racism. I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote.
Gotta love the music.
Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Yeah.
Would you say would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas which...
Do you hear it? I mean, do you hear the racism? These types of people, they don't have the resources. Blah, blah, blah.
Described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works. A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, like you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the like African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask Black people their thoughts on what you just heard.
Yeah. So
you have ID normally?
So you heard the white people. They all say, oh, Black people can't do this and they can't do that. Let's see what they say in the hood.
You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any Black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID. So like we know what we need to carry around.
Yeah, everybody that I know have ID. Like that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with. ID.
Do you know any Black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this? Some
It
type
should
of
be.
trick candy cameras?
I
like
know,
that?
right?
That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that Black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
What does that say to you?
I know it's that. It's on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV is around you?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem getting there if you have to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that Black people, especially poor Black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly, right?
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My kids know how to use it.
Oh,
they all
the
have iPads,
narratives that
iPods,
work on
whatever.
Americans.
Your phone has data?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually
Unlimited.
Unlimited data.
Mm-hmm. I use my phone as a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception of ID?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's what my thought process was.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant.
Ignorant. That's the word I hear
Very
a lot.
ignorant.
Ignorant.
Very ignorant.
Does it sound
absolutely,
racist?
it's ignorant. And it seems like all the racism was coming from the people on the right. MAGA only exists because we didn't punish the South. Okay. Tell me you have no idea anything about history without telling me you don't know anything about history. But then if you listen to Senator Schumer, respectable Senator Schumer.
This talk about election security has revived discussions of the SAVE Act, which you have said you oppose. Proponents of it say that it's, to have ID, you have to prove U.S. citizenship to be able to vote. Though some of the claims they make, to be clear, are overstated. We know there's not widespread election fraud. But polling does suggest, there's a new Pew Research poll that 95% of Republicans, but also 71% of Democrats like this idea. So why do you not?
It's Jim Crow 2.0. And I called it Jim Crow 2.0, and the right wing went nuts.
The left thinks that you're stupid. The left knows that its followers are, I'm not going to say stupid because they're not stupid people. They're not stupid people. They've just been fooled, subverted, tricked, pulled by their heartstrings onto a compassionless side of the aisle.
All over the internet. That's because they know it's true. What they're trying to do here is the same thing that was done in the South for decades to prevent people of color from voting.
It's remarkable to watch him up there trying to defend not requiring voter ID when 80% of the country, 80%, this is a true 80-20 issue, 80% want it. But he's standing there trying to convince you that you don't want voter ID because that's racist or something.
For instance, if you change, you're a woman who got married and changed your last name, you won't be able to show ID and you'll be discriminated against. If you can't find a birth certificate or a proper ID, you'll be discriminated against. This is vicious and nasty. And I said to our Republican colleagues, it will not pass the Senate. You will not get a single Democratic vote in the Senate. We're not reviving Jim Crow all over the country.
No one's trying to revive Jim Crow. It's funny. They always go to that.
So Leader Schumer.
They always go to that Jim Crow stuff. And then Here's one of the useful idiots pushing that same narrative. One of the fooled, useful idiot sheep type people is pushing that narrative. And then I'm going to show you a little common sense right after that.
They call it the SAVE Act,
Yes.
which is funny because it doesn't save anything.
Oh, okay.
And it definitely doesn't save elections.
Notice the cool zoom ins that she does to try to make it seem more dramatic.
And let's be clear about who this is actually targeting. It targets anyone who's changed their last name. You know, married women, divorced women, widows, people who did the most normal, legal, boring thing imaginable and updated their last name. Under the SAVE Act, that suddenly makes you suspicious.
Oh, that's
Congrats on the wedding. Now prove you're not committing voter fraud. Millions of women have legally changed their names. And this bill says, cool story. Now jump through hoops or shut up. That's
that microphone is way too close to her mouth.
not election integrity. That's bureaucratic voter suppression wrapped in a patriotic acronym.
Oh.
If your democracy only works and paperwork is flawless and life never happens, then you don't have a strong democracy. You have a fragile one that's terrified of its own voters, i.e. women. The SAVE Act doesn't save democracy. It shrinks it. And the people pushing it, yeah, they know exactly who gets pushed out first. This isn't about fraud. It's about control.
It's about control.
It's
about control, guys. That's what it's about.
This
Here's a little bit of common
fucking
sense.
argument with the SAVE Act, the back and forth with the Save America Act.
Just a regular old American. Look, she might even be a minority.
How can you, as a woman, look yourself in the face every day, say that you are smart, you are kind, you are important, you are intelligent, and then turn around and be like, Donald Trump's gonna strip me of my right to vote? Are you fucking stupid? You have to be. You have to be fucking retarded to believe that some way, somehow, verifying your citizenship means you're not gonna be able to vote.
Right.
Well, because on my birth certificate, it has a different name. No, dumbass. The fuck you mean? The only time your shit changes is if you get married. And for the majority of you miserable fucks, you're never getting married. You're not. I'm sorry. No man would want to marry a miserable fucking person every goddamn day and have to live with that. They'd rather fucking start a shotgun. I'd tell you what. That's what they'd rather do.
A shotgun.
All of these documents that you are freaking the fuck out about are documents you should have been taken care of in the first place. What you're showing is that you're irresponsible as fuck to not even handle quite literally one of the most important documents of your fucking life. But again, you guys are well, it's just a piece of paper for a marriage type people, right? Let me tell you, as somebody who's been married twice, been divorced once, had no issues changing my name, had no issues registering to vote. It's not like you have to pay for a voter ID. You simply select yes or no whether or not you want to register to vote. Now, you can get a piece of paper shipped to you in the mail, which tells you your precinct has your address and your name on it to verify that you can and will go to your polling location in order to vote. That's literally fucking it. Them barcodes on the back of your state ID and your driver's licenses, they scan those to see if you are registered to vote. You dumb motherfuckers.
Oh,
in Georgia, you sign on the dotted line that, yes, this is me. This is all my verifiable information. They give you the shit. You go vote. You go home. You people, you dumb-ass women are the reason why they believe the 19th Amendment should be repealed. And it's hard to argue with it when you say stupid shit like this, huh?
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Birth certificate, marriage license. Pass the SAVE Act, dummies.
That's it. That's it.
Birth certificate, marriage license. Pass the SAVE Act, dummies.
That's it. Comes down to that. Not much more than that. Pretty easy one. It jumped on me. Pardon me. There we go.
Capacity.
Rob Snyder had a good idea. I played this yesterday. I thought, or was it Thursday night? I played this. I thought it's an interesting idea, isn't it?
Women obviously have a higher capacity for empathy than men. But that empathy could be manipulated into giving empathy for people who don't deserve it. And that's a problem. And they can be manipulated into doing things that are not in their best interest. And that's why, Greg, I want our audience to consider amending the 19th Amendment.
Really?
Now I'm not saying, whoa, women, I'm not saying I don't want you to vote. I'm just saying not for the important stuff.
Yeah.
No, but let me hear me out. No. You can still vote. No. There's plenty of ladies. There's plenty of things for you to still vote for. America's Got Talent, Dancing with the Stars, the school board, Employee of the Month at Whole Foods. There's plenty for you to still get excited about and vote. I'm just saying for the big stuff, leave it to the less suicidal, empathetic humans, men.
Yeah, I don't know.
Women have.
Is he wrong? I think he might be wrong. I think women should be allowed to vote. Don't you think women should be allowed to vote? I do. Married, two, he divorced. One sound like she's still new to things. Oh, well, only 2 marriages. Oh, only 2. I only ever had 1 marriage. Believe that crap? I only ever had 1 marriage. It's like, that's amazing nowadays. Sadly enough, it is. Remember when someone had to tell them all their talking points? Because we're going to talk a little bit about vaccines here shortly, because I had some questions that I was going to answer from a viewer that sent them in. He wanted me to answer some questions. Felt like I wasn't attentive enough to him in the chat there, even though I try to be, guys. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. But first, just a little reminder.
Clowns. Idiots who think that they can do their own research. Don't do any of your own research.
Doing your own research is associated with conspiracy theory circles. This go-it-alone approach, doing your own research, that can have serious consequences. You should get prison time for even questioning the vaccines.
Can we all stop saying, I need to do my own research?
That phrase, do your own research, is 4 words. 4 little words that are hurting America. Doing your own research hurts America.
Hurting America.
Everybody has a supercomputer in their hand that empowers them to do their own research, and that's the problem. You must not do your own research.
I need to do my own research.
I don't understand what that means. I'm doing my own research. You can't do your own research unless you're a scientist. Do your own research.
Maybe you've told yourself you're playing it safe. You just want to wait and see since this is a new vaccine. No.
Roll the up and get the vaccine.
Unvaccinated people spread the virus.
It's a vaccine, you dope.
Don't be a get yourself vaccinated. That's just all there is to it. There's no excuse. No excuse for being unvaccinated.
There's no rational and no emotional argument that adds up against getting your damn shot. There just isn't.
We want to make sure that people can discern the truth from the misinformation. And we want to make sure that everyone understands that no one's safe till everyone's safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody's safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe.
This is a post 9/11 axiom. Safer, but not yet safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe, guys. Be scared. Be afraid. Everybody be afraid.
Clowns.
Be afraid. It's getting ridiculous. And then all these protests with these kids out here. I don't know how these schools are getting away with it. I don't know how they're getting away with it. So one of the questions that I received was asking about Trump and the COVID vaccine. And he said, why did Trump call it a hoax? I didn't have time to pull the clip up, but why did Trump call it a hoax? And it's like most things, the liberals try to back you into a corner trying to defend other people's actions. And that's a losing game. You can't really defend other people's actions. So I'm not going to fall into that trap of defending that other people's actions. All I can do is speculate on why I think that might be the case. That's all I can do. So otherwise, it's a trap, essentially. So why did he call it a hoax? Well, I don't think he called it a hoax because he thinks the whole thing is fake, right? Like most things, it's just something that the media heard him say, latched onto, and spun it and ran with it. He thinks the whole Epstein thing's a hoax. How could he think that when there's proof and this and that? Because he doesn't think that. Trump was most likely talking about how the Democrats never really cared about Epstein. And suddenly, it's all they think about. They feign this outrage over the Epstein files and yada, 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 yada. Why did they do that? Why didn't they do that when Biden was in office? The easy answer to that question is because they thought it would hurt Trump. not with what was in the files. Pay attention, because this explains their tactics. They thought it would hurt Trump not by what was in the files. They knew they couldn't hurt him with what was in the files. Rather, they wanted to hurt him with just the existence of the file, with that cloud of doubt hovering around it. So you couldn't quite, make out the truth, so to speak. The hoax was their political moves to appear as if they cared, but were really just trying to keep the focus on the Epstein/Trump issue, to keep the good things that was going on in the administration and the other issues that deserve news time out of the news. You don't hear about the good things Trump's taking care of, because the Epstein files is taking the headline. You don't hear about 3.7% consumer growth. You don't hear about 2.7% inflation. You don't hear about how the government's smaller now than it was when he started, or how the private sector is growing, or how job growth is outpacing inflation, or how median rents are down. I think they said in like the lowest than they've been in 4 years. I'm not sure why that's really a thing. I never, that seems like it's been new over the last few years as far as a gauge of the economy for how the median rents are. But either way, they're down to a 4-year low. Stock markets are over 50,000. I mean, things seem like they're going good. So Trump, I think, called it a hoax. To sum up your question, I think Trump called it a hoax because he's talking about the campaign to keep it in the news and make it seem like he's guilty of stuff that's in the Epstein files without actually having to present any proof. They wrote that for a long time. I mean, they even put out fake pictures and stuff in order to keep that lie going, but it didn't seem to work all that great. Yeah, these school protests, I'm going to get back to some of those questions here shortly, but those school protests, these are like this Da Vinci High School staff person wouldn't give me his name or job title when I asked. Later, I learned he was the school principal. I wanted to find out if parents were notified.
You're on the public.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure you can't just go up and start asking about other kids and whatnot. So I don't really expect them to answer the question, but.
What's that? Are you involved with this protest at all?
Those are my students.
I'm sorry. So, are you teach here? Do you teach here?
I prefer not to engage.
That's okay. You're on the public sidewalk. Are you working right now?
Am I working right now?
Yeah.
Sure am.
What's your name? I'm asking you what your name. You're on the public sidewalk. You're
Kids,
working.
you don't leave our
And these
principal
are the
alone.
students. What is your name? Have these students notified their parents?
What's that?
Have these parents notified their parents that they're out here protesting on the sidewalk?
I'm sorry?
Have these
I
parents,
can't hear you over the protest.
Have these parents been notified that their students are protesting?
I'm
Their
having a hard
children.
time hearing you.
Have these parents been notified?
Kind of despicable.
that their children are protesting?
It's a brave lady. She walks right into the crowd.
Okay, I'm sorry, what?
Have you notified the parents that these children?
Stay on the side.
Have you notified the parents?
I guess he doesn't have any control.
Protesting during the school day. Were school resources used to make these signs?
They were at my school, my kid's school. Now, this is a good example of indoctrination, because these kids here, these children, believe that because this woman's asking some questions, that she hates them, or she hates immigrants, or she hates brown people, or she hates, that's the important, she hates. Those are the two most important words. What comes later is just the group assignment. It doesn't really matter. She hates. Once they hear she hates, they can disregard whatever she's saying because she hates.
Are you a teacher? You love this, right? Are you a teacher here? Have these parents been notified? Yes, they have. They have? Yep. Did your parents give you permission?
Round and proud.
Did your parents give you permission to
Yeah,
be
my
here?
dad gave me permission and my mom.
Okay, what's your mother's name? What's your mother's name?
I'm not sure she should even really be engaging with these kids. However, they are outside on a public sidewalk. putting them at risk to be accosted by women like this, or even someone who's actually dangerous. So when our kids are outside like that, they're not safe like they're supposed to be. I didn't give my kid to the schools to say, hey, take my kid and use him for whatever political purpose you want, and go ahead and stand outside and put him in danger and don't worry about it. No, the schools are wrong for doing this.
Did you ask the parents? Did you ask their parents if they could protest here?
So you have these kids go out there and you have them do that. What you do is you tell, and like the excuse is, oh, it's just civic engagement. We're just doing civic engagement here. That's all it is. That's the excuse they use, but it's not civic engagement. I mean, it is, but it's not the right way to do it. They shouldn't be out there then. If they want to protest, go out on the weekend and do it on your own time. If you're really behind that issue, if you feel whatever issue it is, I don't care. If you're really behind it, if you really believe in it, then you're going to be willing to spend some of your free time out there instead of skipping class to go do it when there's no consequence, or whatever you want to call it, no price to pay for doing it. It's an ugly situation. And then we have people like this. This is what leftism does to people right here.
How are these people still running this country? Our leaders are pedophiles. They enjoy raping children. What are we doing? How?
So she's not wrong, but the level of insanity that this drives people to, that's the kind of insanity that motivates people to go out and act out and do stuff like attack people in public places and whatever. That's what it is. Oh, this is in Pittsburgh.
People are
Oh, okay. Let's check this out. What started as a civil conversation on the campus of Point Park University in Pittsburgh, PA, quickly turned into chaotic as students started to gather at the TPUSA students tabling event. One student stole a sign and proceeded to run down the block while others harassed.
Joining it.
Hey. What are you thinking? What are you thinking when you steal a sign from a group? Now this guy's on a crutch too, no less. What are you doing? What are you doing when you do that? No matter what side it is, the right or the left, man, we shouldn't be doing that. That's shutting down someone else's free speech. The only people that want to shut down other people's free speech is people that aren't able to use their own free speech effectively. They don't know how to have that conversation or debate or discuss or anything like that. So all they do is try to shut down the other side. That's it. Shut them down. Don't debate. Don't discuss the issues. Don't do any of that stuff. Just shut them down, whatever it takes.
You want the cops called? I do. Okay.
Wait, what is this?
You committing a crime on video.
Here, I got yours. Don't catch it, bitch.
Wanna say anything to the cops?
How about when you chased down a student? I recorded them.
We don't have the sidewalk. We don't own the sidewalk.
This is the sidewalk. This is the school. The school built this. The city built this. That is private. This is public.
Where he's at is completely legal.
The school built this.
I'm sorry you don't like it, but where he's at is completely
I'm sorry
legal.
you're a Republican piece of shit.
The cop didn't agree with him, so he's a Republican piece of shit.
The school built this.
I'm sorry you don't like it, but where he's at is completely
I'm sorry
legal.
you're a Republican piece of shit. Why not tuition paying you?
They can't do shit. They're just dick riders as well. They don't. I don't think we're in a place to.
What respect for
Who's
wording.
who's disturbing the peace?
Him
or you?
He literally chased down a student
Right?
earlier.
I mean,
people. I'm just asking.
I don't think the general public of Flint Park actually wants these people here.
Okay,
we
don't.
So if you're saying who's disturbing the peace,
I'm just asking. Like you said,
this is disturbing
you
my
said someone was
peace.
disturbing.
So
Yes, he's disturbing the peace.
By doing what?
To be honest,
he literally told me that gay people should not be together.
Okay.
He's talking illitransable. He's harassing. He's He also chased down his student. He recorded it.
Yes.
We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name.
Careful with
that. If I saw you doing that, they might shoot you dead in the street. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Maybe I was careful.
I gotta get down to one of these things,
Maybe I
man.
should be careful on camera.
You're not safe like me.
What are you saying?
You're not. You're not fair skinned and fair haired enough.
Don't come back! Don't come back! Don't come back!
What are they doing besides shut? They don't have any opinions. They don't give any opinions. They simply complain and whine. This guy commenting, I guess, about the kids going into the school protest. Bullshit. When the workings of the machine become so odious, one must throw their bodies on the gears to stop it, even on the weekdays. Not our children. If you want to do that, you go right ahead. But you don't get to tell me that my children are going to go do that. That's the problem. If you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. But you're arguing that it's okay to politicize children, to take them out of the classroom and use them for politics, for some kind of a whatever issue it is. Doesn't matter what issue. I don't care if it's gun rights or gun confiscation. They shouldn't be out there no matter what. We had an issue like this back a couple of years ago at our school. One year they had a walkout where the students walked out for masks. They were walking out protesting the fact that they wanted them to wear masks. So they did a walkout, and a lot of the students at the school got punished for that walkout. They faced consequences for that walkout. And that walkout, even though I agree 100% with what they were complaining about, I agree with why they walked out. They're right. I was down there at the school board every week complaining about it. But it doesn't matter. They're still not allowed to just leave and go protest whenever they want. That's ridiculous. They're there at school. So anyway, they punished these kids for doing the walkout against the masks. And the following year, when I caught them, some teachers were working together with some students to put a long list together, attendance list for it. And the blue-haired teacher was getting the students organized for an LGBT walkout. Middle school. They did a walkout. They walked around the school. They were being indecent. They were banging and making all kind of noise. They went up to the high school and tried to get in there. It was outrageous. And none of those kids took any kind of punishment for any of that. None of those kids faced any consequences. So my problem was the fact that the school only follows its own policy when they want to. And that's it. The school doesn't have that authority. They shouldn't be able to do that. You can't just take kids out of a school and have them protest for whatever. You'd be writing this one teacher emails. I saw this one. This is a little bit funny. We'll do this. I'm not sure if he should be allowed to do this, but we're going to do this because I think it's funny and it kind of gives them some insight into what we're dealing with nowadays. I have 5 children that are all in school, and we see other parents and this and that. And I might be one of the older parents, so I might be a bit more mature. We'll go with that. I'm a bit more mature.
Wrong.
And so, anyway, I see a lot of these younger parents, and they seem to act like these guys, like these parents. So check out some of these emails that this teacher reads that he gets in from his students' parents.
Emails that I've gotten from parents. Part 1. Here we go. Up first. Hi. We noticed Mason has been bringing home homework. We're trying to protect his mental health and family time, so we don't really do homework in our house. Is there any way he can still get full credit without completing it? Thanks for understanding. Mason's mom. Next one.
Credit for work he didn't do.
Good morning.
This is coming from the parents. What's that teaching? What are these people teaching their children as far as values go?
Emma was late because it was raining and she doesn't like the rain. It really affects her mood. Please mark her present, but not late. Blessings, Emma's dad. Next one. Hello. I received your message about Tyler talking during class. I just want to say Tyler does not talk at home unless spoken to. So I'm confident there's been a misunderstanding. Please investigate further. Concerned parent.
We had an issue like this with one of our kids just recently, and just talking in class and, being the misbehaving a little bit and doing that kind of stuff. And so I reached out, we talked back and forth to the teacher, and I told him, let's have a conversation or whatever. So we did. And I told them during the conversation, they were like, the teacher's very, very, very passive, very, I'll just say weak, because that's kind of what I see it as. And he's like, I don't think I've tried kindness and understanding, but I don't think it's working. And I was like, you're dealing with a classroom of like pre-teeners, right? He's like, yeah, so this is not going to work, man. I told him, I said, hey, if he acts up again, give him detention. Give him a Saturday morning detention, whatever it takes. Get him in line, whatever you're going to do. Don't be afraid to do that. And then you have, and then you have parents out here doing the exact opposite. I'm like, no, punish him as that's what he needs. If he needs that correction, give it to him. You know what I mean? I just don't have I don't know, no problem with that.
Next one.
I'll get two more here. One more.
Hi. I saw that Olivia has a 72. We were hoping for at least a 90. Is there anything we can do to adjust that? We feel like a B better reflects her potential. Let me know what paperwork I need to fill out. Olivia's mom.
No, that one needs another
Just one.
This one. I feel like a B better represents her.
Hi.
Amazing.
I saw that Olivia has a 72. We were hoping for at least a 90.
Then work harder.
Is there anything we can do to adjust that? We feel like a B better reflects her potential. Let me know what paperwork I need to fill out. Olivia's mom.
That's ridiculous. But that's where we're at. Like, we used to comment, we'd see parents showing up to drop their kids off, and they'd be in like pajamas still. Pajamas. Yeah, I like it when CNN even has to eat crow.
Well, Kate, look, this is some encouraging news on the cost of living, right? Inflation took a big step in the right direction to start the year off. So consumer prices up by 2.4% year over year. That is an improvement from 2.7% in December that beat expectations, which were for 2.5%. In fact, this is a new 8-month low for annual inflation, month over month. Prices up by 0.2%. Also a step in the right direction, also beating expectation. Now, economists look really closely at core inflation, which excludes food and energy. Core inflation came in at 2.5%. That's notable because that's the lowest annual inflation rate for core since March of 2021, before the inflation crisis.
Well, that hurts a little bit, Democrats. Oh, man. Trump's policies are working. Oh, no. This is going to be beautiful 10 years down the road, 15 years down, 20 years down the road, when we can look back on the contrast, the beautiful contrast of the presidencies of Trump, Biden, and Trump. And we'll be able to really see, like never before, the contrast between those two ideals, between those two parties, or whatever you want to call it. We'll be able to see the differences, what works and what doesn't work. What the effects of illegal immigration are on the country, stuff like that. Oh, on a side note, here's transgender psychopath. Seems a little redundant. Transgender psychopath Alice Michael Atwood thinks it's great how he's not in jail and gets a unique opportunity to be on social media after he stabbed his 2 young children in the neck. He travels in this van around British Columbia and Alberta. He travels in a van. I know a guy that does that.
Unique opportunity here. Good morning. It's your favorite hobo you love to hate.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to make, all I'm going to do is make fun, and I don't want to make fun. He has a mental illness, and we shouldn't really make fun of it. We shouldn't really make fun of it. What do you think about the angle that the DOJ gave Congress access to the files, but made it so that they could track every single search that the Congress members looked up? They started to panic when they found out that they were tracing every name they looked up, every document they opened, every single file that they downloaded. It was logged, and then brought the receipts to the hearing. Jayapal called it spying on members of Congress. Raskin accused Bondi of blatant abuse of power. That's interesting. Interesting that we'll be able to see what they're looking up, who they were trying to protect, and what names they were worried about, which connections they were trying to verify. Interesting. That's interesting to me. I like that they did that. I like that they tracked it. That would be an interesting thing to look into. What exactly were they searching for? Not super interested, but it's interesting. The transgender mob. Here's a more recent example of LGBTQ Antifa violence in Ottawa. I approached the crowd to investigate. I was intercepted and surrounded. Police stood by, started suggesting I leave the area. It's the same story every time. I mean, it's really not. It's the same thing every time. You get a bunch of Antifa.
Do not block.
You're not allowed to have a different opinion. You push them out in the street.
No fascists in our street.
Get away from me.
Watching it.
These people are surrounding. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm allowed to walk here. Yeah, sure. Can you make sure these people don't push me off the sidewalk?
This is what the left does, though. Force, fear.
They're targeting me and calling me by name here, officer. Yeah, except they physically assaulted me and beat me before, these people in black blocs. They're saying no justice, no peace as they surround us. They scream, F off, fascist. They're calling me a Nazi. They pushed me onto the street.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
Intimidation is okay.
It's the same thing every time.
I'm going to keep walking them into every one of you guys. Like, come on.
Liaise between yourselves and them.
Okay, it's not much of a liaison. I want to be able to walk, and I want my rights to not be violated. And I don't want to be pushed around and threatened by these people or the police. Okay.
You can't stop.
Guys.
Stop. You guys, you can't stop and use force.
Oh, there. These police are awfully aggressive. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's the same thing the whole time.
Okay. Oh, please, go ahead. Yeah. While you walk down. Oh, sounds like they're going to be on the move here soon.
What? Why are those tactics even a thing? I mean, I know it's Canada.
You are
Then you have it in America where the same stuff happens like this.
children, so you are trying to harass other people's children. Hi. Yeah, that likes to...
The one on the right's a LGBT activist, in case you didn't know. And the one on the left is not.
To portray me as out of control, but what would you do if this woman was stalking your children outside of their school? Do you know how many calls I've gotten from parents today about this woman saying that she is harassing their children, and they're like, we can't get rid of her. What are we going to do?
Well, did you think it was okay that they had their protest here on the public sidewalk?
Do you know that their public protest is protected by Ed Code and the fucking First Amendment, which you claim you love so much, but then when other people use the First Amendment, then you're all pissed off because you're a fucking hypocrite!
But why can't I do a protest while they're doing a protest?
You're a fucking hypocrite, Bassboard!
Why can't I do a protest while they're doing a protest?
Just over yell and
and you're not able to do your protest? Look at you. Look at you're standing here. You're still here you're still fucking here, even though the police came and took a fucking report on you. And you're like,
I had to say, I was that lady on the left. I'd be like, please touch me. Please just touch me one time.
Oh, the police are my friends, except we keep calling the police on you because you are harassing the children, because you will not leave other kids own. They're not your kids.
They're not your kids
Look
either.
at this creepy ass smile on this woman.
Why do you keep
Look
lying?
at this creepy
Why do you
ass
keep lying to
smile
children?
on this woman who's like standing here in front of a school
hate.
talking to
Hate.
children who aren't hers.
What about this
What
person? North
what
Carolina's
do you
this.
call
Who's this person?
what do you call
Who's that
someone who
person?
stands
North
outside
Carolina's
This
of a
just has to
school
be on the
and
camera.
takes video of children without their parents' permission?
All you see over and over and over again is crazy and scared. Crazy and scared. Crazy, scared, violent. That's all you see. That's all you see. Boom. One girl punched the dude. What are we doing?
That's assault. That's assault. Shoot me in the face. I know. Can we stop it?
That's what a kid's protest.
You're going to jail. You're not a kid. Hey.
What are we doing? Why are our kids out there?
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Don't touch her.
Grown-ass man doing this shit. Grown-ass man.
Anyway, that's an interesting comment. Let's go to the chat here. Where'd that one go? The guy's there to cause a problem. Why are you there with people that you don't agree with? Why are you there with people that you don't agree with? This is just a few seconds ago. Another cult follower crying. Well, that's weird. I would have to ask you, why are you there with people that you don't agree with? I mean, that was only like 6 comments before that one. So you're asking why people don't want to, why they're there with people that they don't agree with, while you're here with people that you don't agree with? What? No, that deserves some comedy. I think we need to put some comedy on. We need to laugh. It's time to laugh. We have to. We got to get some laughter in here once in a while. I haven't had enough of that in here this morning, so we'll get with this one here. I'm gonna have to mute it because YouTube. He really does. Look at him out there. Look at him out there checking people. Look at that. Oh, standing over him. He's ready to fight now. Boom. Oh, look at him punching that Canadian guy. Oh, I wish YouTube was a pain in the butt. I do. We have to be able to laugh. Otherwise, we get to be crazy like this person, William Kelly. William Kelly. Where'd you go, William Kelly? Just had you on the screen. Terrorist William Kelly calls on others to terrorize Americans. Let's see. This garbage human being. I don't say that too often, but I know the game this guy's playing because I've been around grifters. I've been around them. I know how they operate. That's what this guy is. He's worried right now because he went to jail for raiding that church and scaring the heck out of those people and their children. Got his donations for that, but then it dries up because the people that you're going to donate all donated at once to get that money while he was in jail. And then they kind of dissipate. They kind of disappear. Those donations are going to go down for a month or two. So he has to stay relevant as much as possible. He has to get out there. He has to look. It doesn't matter if you're right for these people. It doesn't matter if you're right when you're talking. It just matters if you look like you believe it. Like if they'll inject extra emotion or extra anger into a conversation or a speech or whatever so that they look more believable. Because, hey, if this guy believes this so strongly, there must be something to it.
My name is William Kelly. I'm a combat veteran. I'm a patriot.
I'm a lover of the Constitution. I'm an ally to my Black, Latino, and indigenous peoples. I will not stand here and be...
He's a little nervous. He's tripping over his words, which he doesn't typically do. He's tripping over his words because he's nervous, because this is his big moment right now here at the podium, surrounded by Black Americans and other lefties. He's surrounded by them, and this is his big moment. He's going to be on the TV. He got his nice hat on. He got everything going for him there. And he knows this might be the last time he's really in front of a lot of people. So he wants to make sure his message gets out passionately.
Latino and indigenous peoples. I will not stand here and be intimidated by Pam Bondi on her persecution of these patriots, of these freedom fighters, of these journalists who are brave enough to document what we're doing in this city. What is happening in Minnesota is a resistance against tyranny, a resistance against fascism. And the absurdity of us being right here, right now, the peaceful nine being persecuted, while the murderers and the executioners of Alex Petty and Renee Good walk free, not only walk free, but are still working for the federal government. This is madness. It's time to wake up, Americans. It's time to get off your couches and stand with your brothers and sisters in solidarity.
I'll tell you from personal experience, it's not easy to stand there at the podium and try to motivate other Americans to get up and get out there with you. I can tell you that from personal experience. Getting people to cross that line where they go from the couch to out there on the street with you is the biggest jump there is. It's part of the reason I was so pissed off at the People's Convoy back in the day, because they got people to make that jump. It was the first major, whatever you want to call it, event or whatever across America that got people to make that jump from the couch to getting out there on the street with others and letting their voice be heard. And they took advantage of that. There's people in that place that took advantage of that and essentially stole and knew what was going on and didn't tell anybody and disappeared and whatever. But it got me angry because you had real good Americans out here, good Christian Americans who are sometimes Christians can be a bit gullible. Sure. They want to believe that there's good in the world and that people are out there doing good things. So they want to get behind those movements and stuff like that. And people didn't take it seriously. People didn't understand the weight of that. I was there in the group when I was part of the leadership of 76, and I was adamant about that. You know, if people are donating money to us because we're doing this certain thing, we need to continue to do that certain thing. That money needs to go where it's supposed to go. You cannot take the trust of the American people and trample it like that, like they did back then. And then expect these people to stand back up again next time something pops off. They're not going to do it. They're going to go back home. They're going to recline. They're going to go back home and recline and go back to their lives because they stepped out once and they were fooled. They lost things and gained nothing. That it's important. It's important that people understand that we have to get out there.
Illegal.
We have to get out there and make our voices heard. I saw a protester or a lefty or whatever saying, "Oh, the right doesn't care because where were you guys whenever Biden was in office? I didn't see any of you guys out here protesting. Where were you guys? You must not have really cared or whatever." Oh man, we have jobs and we understand how the country works. You can't go out there and just scream and yell and things just change instantly. It's more about who you elect. They're the ones that are have the power that we give to them. We don't take it away fast enough. No term limits don't help, that's for sure. Deport MAGA. Free Cuba. The convoy didn't destroy nothing. Dems burned sleeves down. Agreed. It was in general, it was a good movement, but a lot of people were screwed over. A lot of patriots that stepped up won't do it again. What we got going on over here in this chat here? Hey, quit. I hate to do it, but time out. Time out with all that spamming the chat. Come on. It's too much. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, I'll have to fix that. I think I just want to, shoot. I just want to give somebody a timeout. Let's see if it worked this time. That worked. But I think I just kicked off Lone Wolf. So I'm going to go into the situation here and fix that. So if you're still listening to Lone Wolf, you'll be back tomorrow. I'll make sure I take care of it as soon as we sign off here. My bad on that. It's hard to produce all this stuff. Let me see. What else we got here? That's about it. Saturday. Let's start the weekend, guys. Let's start the weekend. I can't believe I did that. Everybody's saying when you mess with my rights. Amen to that. Grow up, dude. Y'all are living in a fairyland, and because we're about to wake y'all up back to reality, you want to throw a temper tantrum. I'm not sure what that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that. This is the official LGBTQ plus community stream, guys. Proud, loud, and inclusive. All right. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome, even that. You have a right. You have a right
To be angry when you have a wannabe dictator trying to destroy the democratic cities, but not going after Republican cities, which have more crime than Democrat cities.
It's not about the crime. It's about the illegal aliens and the sanctuary cities, and the Democrat-run cities have a lot more illegal aliens because they went there because of the policies and stuff. You are a bootlicker, though. Oh, there's that Q, the leftist Q right there. Let me go in here. Let me see if I can't figure this out for you real quick before I forget there. MAGA is not inclusive. Absolutely, we are. It's funny how many I've seen across the way here, different people that have posted online how they switched from the left to the right, and how welcoming the right is, and how amazing it's been, and how all that kind of stuff, how beautiful it's been. Let's see here. Management. I'll get you off this list real quick. Sorry to stop the chat. I messed up something. I gotta figure it out here. I'll be right back with you. Let's see if I can find something real quick. Looks like you're not on the list yet. I guess it needs to update. All right, we'll get it fixed. Anyway, sorry about that. That's what I do for my people, man. Someone watching, I have to stop to make sure that we can get this thing fixed. I don't want to ban anybody by accident. That's no good. Hypocritical Christian, Jesus would never treat immigrants this way. You should look up what he thought about government and that kind of stuff too. That would be good. A good place to start, I think. We have some football stuff going on and whatnot, so get that up there. Tomorrow we're going to do pull this up, pull this down. Tomorrow we're going to do a nice faith show. I'm going to talk a little bit more about alcoholism. Those who don't know, I'm an alcoholic. So I want to get into something like that, a little bit less politics, a little bit more just talking about people and stuff like that. So if you're struggling with anything like that or whatever, you want to talk, I've been sober now 7 years. Never thought I'd be able to be sober 7 years. And I know what it looks like at that end when it's like, man, I can't not drink for the rest of my life. That seems crazy. How am I going to never drink again? That's outrageous. I can't do that. And we're going to talk about that a little bit and just get down onto a human level again. Remind everybody that we're just people, guys. We all have our problems. We all have our battles. We can't just focus on politics all the time and how one group hates another group and this and that. We have to just talk to each other about stuff. I did a little bit last week, and there was a couple people in the chat that were vicious. And once we started talking about personal stuff like that, they turned around and we were just having a conversation. It's amazing how that works. It's important to just have a conversation. Just have a conversation. That's how we humanize each other. That's the one thing that they don't want us to do is humanize each other. Because then we'll start to remember that we don't really hate each other. We don't really hate each other. We've been trained to hate each other. We've been trained to focus on our differences. I'll see you here tomorrow morning, boss. Come on back. Maybe we'll get to you eventually, huh? You just keep coming back. You just keep coming back. Love wins. Love wins. God bless you. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Check out MagAmericans.com for more links and information. And I'll check out our store if you want to support us. You can check out our store at shop.MagAmericans.com or buy me a coffee or whatever. Links are in the description. I don't want to take too much time on that. But God bless you. Smile at a stranger and pray for your enemies. Take a minute today to pray for your enemies. It's like medicine for the soul. God bless you guys. We'll see you here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. sharp for an uplifting show about faith and just everyday life, struggles, stuff like that. God bless you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Saturday. I hope you get everything on the to-do list done so you have time to sit down with us tomorrow morning. We'll see you then. God bless.